every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I'll be doing shit my way, for the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain.
There. As 8-minute room will be denied, but Amel, I don't think he'll be too sad about that unless he dies. The chrono, we were talking about it, it's prepared. Committed, locks up Q as well. With 3 heroes hitting into him, it should be enough, but 23 has shown up to play. Laguna, it's online, but he doesn't have the mana, and you can't continue auto-attacking paddles like that. You need a backup.
You can't ask for a better first Chronosphere, right? You want to use it as soon as it's off or off cooldown.
Yeah.
And level 6, I mean, it's not going to be on cooldown.
Jabs. Gone on here, Yowie on that respawn. That's where the Storm is the most dangerous. And they'll work down the Mars, not wanting him to have the same early start that he had. Yowie, he's making moves all around the map, and it's, even though it's costing him his life, I can't help but feel like they're the absolute right ones that have to be happening.
Yeah, Yowie, despite dying, he's kind of shooting up on that net worth, where at one point he was down with the Faceless Void, now he's up there with the TA and the Centaur.
Yeah, the high value kills, getting essentially what was a solo pickoff onto Ollie in the mid lane. Now converting that onto Jabs as well. There's a bunch of cores and supports that really love playing with that Storm setup, right? The Drake techies can come in, Jotun can help with the disruption. It's a pretty nice combination overall.
If this game goes like a little bit late, Storm Mags is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Right? Like absolutely massive this game.
Yeah, and mostly because you're gonna get it well ahead of when Ollie would get some sort of Aghanim Scepter, right? That's the big problem. If Ollie gets Ags, I feel like that's where the game gets really difficult. But Ollie's pos 5. And
yeah.
I mean, we saw some late game shenanigans where he was able to secure that for himself, but considering that as an option right now is kind of like thinking way too far into the future. So now, Bosku will be eyeing up that Veil. No surprises there. You don't really want to kind of sack your own game with an early Blink Dagger, especially when you already have initiation with your way. Arena available. Spear up. Arena actually not even leveled. Not even needed. Just walk up. Beautiful smoke rotation. No real vision to spot that out. There's one planted near the bot side of the river, but still able to get that sneaky move.
This is really cool by Jabs. We've seen this a few times actually, but it's rare to no, hold that thought actually.
Yeah, they're trying to punish Ollie for staying up here. Jotun's come through the Twin Gates again with the wand as well as 23. It's a beautiful arena stampede, but you're going nowhere. We've talked about this. You lose the Abaddon, you finally focus him down, but it's a triple kill for 23. Perfect answer. And again, what we're seeing from Aurora is you dare to make a move. He's just been the one forced to try and make these moves happen. Chrono available, but they might be setting up the Palos. Already using that time while Arena available, and the Spear, it connects. Where's the rest of the follow-up though? Q trying to close the distance. Beautiful flame break. The stun is still gonna find the Faceless Void, and despite the Stampede, it's just enough. They can't slow him down, and they'll settle for the tier 1 instead. No! From the middle of the tree line, Q finds his mark. Palos, I don't think he expected that range to come out, and honestly, me too. What the heck?
I didn't either.
I was like half a screen away. I mean, this guy, I didn't know the finger was that long.
Yeah, that's some Aether Lens bullshit right there, right? Like, you expect that if he has an Aether.
Yeah, what the heck? They'll try and answer back with a 23 kill. Can they burst him down in time? Looks to be the case. No, Ollie, again and again. The bombs will explode and proximity mines doing their work. But a semi-ravage landed by Q. They've already taken down Techies and Yowie as well. Bosku trying to TP out up against the overwhelming damage from Amel. Will cut down the Centaur. And Aurora, response is the name of the game, and they are absolute grandmasters at it.
Yeah, level 30 response time on
yeah,
on
grandmaster. What a Storm Vortex. Who have they set up on? It's onto Q. It's quite a bit of damage. Drake able to find the connection, and now they're onto Amel as well. But he is such a tanky boy, especially if Ollie back him up. The rest of the side of Darling are filtering in, and another beautiful chrono. This is what we needed, but Jabs on the other side of the fight, holding down Palos, and in comes the Laguna. The Faceless doesn't stand a chance, but you traded up for Amel. Anything even goes in your favor, but it might not look so even after all. The Spear out again, Jabs finding them over and over again. He's been so on point with this that you even see Palos pinging a high ground where there's no vision. They're just like, how is he finding us? How did they know? Just really great moves from Aurora overall, despite that brilliant chrono from Palos. Why aren't you just farming instead? You really want to take away that space from your greedy claws? You don't really have an option. Right now, Aurora, they'll go for the obvious option, straight into the Roche Pit on the back of this TA timing. It should be an easy Aegis coupled with 23's BKB. They're about to hit a devious timing.
Like the 23 went for an earlier BKB. It's not going to keep him alive in the Chronosphere, but really, he's not worried about that. Once again, might come down to trust, right? He trusts Jabs to route the Faceless Void out of his own Chronosphere. Trust Ollie to save him if he gets chronoed.
Ollie has not messed up even a single time this game, which is kind of crazy. Every single time, right on point with the TPs, right on point with the saves. The sequencing is in order as well. Drake, easy pick off onto him, even in lieu of a Solar Crest. Looks like the walls of the arena do go up. They found your way and silence him up. This is trouble, even with the Flame Break, the traps. That's them coming into play. You called it out in the draft, and Amel just completely pantsers Yahweh in the mid lane.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Yeah, he definitely caught him with his bandstand there. You weren't expecting that early silence from the TA, but you almost have to as a Storm Spirit, right? It's the natural pickup for TA. It delays her Desolator, but not by too much.
It's such an easy pivot in as well, right? Like, it's great against literally every single hero on their team.
Yeah.
It can't stampede, you know, these heroes don't really want to buy Dispel as well. The Storm will be, what, you want a BKB off a Psionic Trap? That's not...
Yeah, it feels bad.
That's not smart.
Especially when you just get like another one just right on top of you and your BKB ends, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a low committal ability.
I feel like even though this is one of Palos' best heroes, it feels like he needs like, what, 3 to 4 items to even play this game. Manage to get the Stampede off and try and get your way out to safety. The silence will wear off and the Ball Lightning comes through. He'll be fine. The additional HP from the Strength Embrace as well as just some armor from the Witchblade, helping out a ton there.
Bosku's been farming, right, Cuckoo? He's been farming pretty much this entire game, but he doesn't have too much to show for it. He's got the Vessel, or he's got the Shiva's Guard Vessel, hello. He's got the Shiva's Guard, but no Blink Dagger yet, and really nothing that he's done this game has been too incredible.
Yeah, Bosku is to be found here. Nice LSA to catch him in spite of that Hoof Stomp. Not a Stampede. Looks to be in big trouble. Jotun will come through. And 23 even pops the BKB to kill off Bosku. They found your way in the mid lane. It's another setup and another kill. Jabs hasn't had a single issue finding these pickoffs. And would you look at that? Another free Bat Rider. This will be his 8th death of the game. And of course it goes the way of Armel with that huge Melt Strike.
8th death already. I didn't even realize that.
I mean, it's 20 minutes. If we sort of go by the tempo of every 1.5, 2 minutes he dies, he's right on schedule.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't know. I mean, 9 kills for 23 Savage. He's having an absolute standout performance. Some scariness in the early lanes, right? We were talking about the techies and the Centaur potential.
Let's see what they're going to be doing here. Roshan's going to be spawning in 35 seconds.
Mid
but
lane, Chrono finding this 23 Savage. Lina all alone. The save can't come in time. Ollie's the last one to TP, and that might spell disaster. They're collapsing onto Armel. Darling, they're finding the opening finally, but Jabs here with Arena. It's into a bunch of BKBs though. A nice God Rebuke as well as the Lion Stun, trying to keep Aurora in this fight, but they're dropping really low, and Ollie can't offer up anything else. Armel looking to go down one last little shield. Bosku trying to close the distance, needs one last auto attack, but can't find him. Under the invisibility, Armel will blink away, and somehow, someway, thanks to Ollie yet again, Armel lives. And Bosku, he has to turn tail and run right now. Speared away, it's not gonna connect. A rare miss from Jabs, but Q, he's on the case, looking for an angle. Drake, he'll come in, interrupted by the rebuke. Perfectly played from this Mars to turn that fight around. And the tip comes through, maybe just laughing at each other a little bit, as Armel stands through it all. In these kind of situations, I want a tab on the fight recap showing just how much healing and dispels were put into place by this Abaddon, because holy shit, he just turned that around.
Win the fight at the end of it all.
Time for your every 1.5 minute Jotun death.
Yep.
23 makes it happen. He's on track. I mean, oh no, Arena in the mid lane, and he follow-up stun, not in time for Yowei to pop the BKB, and now he's onto Q. Palos straight onto this poor Lion as well, and he's gonna go down, but the fight, it's already broken out. Another beautiful chrono, but Ollie, he's outside of it, able to help out with the shields and the miscalls, but it's not gonna be enough to keep Jabs alive. Oh, Jotun coming through the buyback, they've gotten Armel, and he's dead! The last one standing is 23 with that BKB, but Darling, they found the opening that they need. A bit of overzealousness from Jabs, jumping up to the high ground to set up at the Yowei, but the BKB from the Storm pays dividends here as they'll kill 23 the once. Looking at the second life without a BKB, this should be easy pickings. It really just remains to be seen whether he's able to kill Drick as well, but no such luck as Ollie will just get worked down. It'll take some time. We'll have to return that one. But you know Palos is feeling good when the voice lines start coming out, and 5-man team wipe for Darling. This is what they've been waiting for.
Yep. There's not necessarily an item timing that they're waiting for, but just some sort of mistake to be made from Aurora. And, you know, literally just as I was praising all the movements that they're making, that felt incredibly scattered, right? There is no way you full to zero Storm Spirit on his own high ground.
Well, you tried, and honestly, with 5 stacks on the finger, maybe they thought they had the Damna inherently just deals with him so well. The Stampede comes out right in time. They don't want to commit onto this high ground without any additional vision. Oh, Yowei is jumping in straight onto Armel. The arena, Jabs was waiting for him on the high ground, and now the Storm's in trouble. Forced to pop the BKB, and he'll get out of there. Oh, Yowei, he's playing on a nice edge right now. Drake might just be the one to get caught. The rest of the side of Aurora are filtering in as Armel comes back into the front of the fight. You gotta watch yourself there. You don't want to get caught out by a stray chrono. You know Palos might just be looking for that opportunity, but both teams butting heads a little bit. Will just back off. It's a lot more even than it was 5 minutes ago, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. And Aurora must be feeling it, right? You can tell by their movements. They understand that if they don't get the jump, if they don't do something in their arena, you're probably not going to be winning the fight.
Yeah. It was a good kind of position from Jabs to take as well. I mean, I'm sure that caught Yowei by surprise, but that's why the BKB is so important. Q gonna get caught up here, farming away at the hard camp. Should be free pick off. Palos will snatch that one. But that informs the side of Aurora on the whereabouts of Darling. Now they need to be additionally careful. Jotun, no blink, but still could just lasso a free target. They spot up Jabs. Starting to converge. The traps will give them the info that they might be seen right now. Straight on, Chrono in the bot side. Palos, he's found the TA. And looking at 23, the Lina, she can't do well when you're all over her. Jabs desperately trying to come in. That's what the Stampede is for, closing the distance. And 23 doesn't stand a chance despite all these best efforts. Darling, they're finding these openings on the back of these beautiful just grabs from Palos and gang. And just like that, they wipe fall again. Jabs, he's held them back with the wall, but they are not gonna stop this chase. He's gonna be able to blink away. Maybe line. There are traps in the area, but Jotun's looking for an opening. Shivas, Cuckoo will reveal himself. Let's just see whether Aurora want to make this move. The Roche might respawn in 3 seconds, which is why we see this convergence of heroes. Cuckoo come through, miss out on the stomp. But they don't dare to commit on this target with his BKB and the Stampede. Presenting
it's gonna be a long-ish Roche time. Another minute till he's up.
I mean, long-ish compared to
posturing for a while.
The tension now, but Palos, get him go. He's just waiting for the perfect chrono, waiting for Aurora to make one misstep. Could just throw away their game 3 here. What a crazy situation we found ourselves in, and this keeps happening with this Darling lineup, man.
Yeah,
something about them. Even in the face of electricity issues, even in the face of what feels like hopelessness, they refuse to let things go. Playing free, it feels like.
Yep. Yeah, and once again, we might be looking at a time where Lina, who has been very prevalent, I feel like, in the meta right now, all of a sudden, might be a disadvantage.
Coming forward, they found Armel again. Left high and dry, the lingering vision from their previous engagement serves them well and delivers them a free Templar Assassin. All the tips coming through, they're trying to really mess with their boy. I mean, they're all friends at the end of the day. I'm sure this is all just in good fun, but when your DreamLeague qualifier spot is on the line, especially for...
He's been finding, at least the last 3 Chronospheres have been on point, right? And the second one was the only one that really they dealt with, and that's only because Jabs had really good positioning and a great arena.
That was,
other than that, it's just fallen a little flat with their saves.
yeah, that was a really kind of crazy split-second decision from Jabs to even salvage that. But again and again, I feel like Darling, they're finding these crazy openings, and it's really refreshing to see because they're not just going to keel over, they're going to put up a fight. Now on their high ground, a lot of stuns coming out. Jabs with the setup. Oh, Palos, he's dropping a little low, needs to watch himself stunned up. They're pulling everything out of the bag to try and keep him alive on his first life. Jabs forced to commit the BKB, but it's run out. The Mars is dead, has a buyback, but without your arena, what can you do? Borrow time popped by Youe in as well. Dancing and jiving here on Darling. They're doing a great job baiting out the cooldowns and the key items from the side of Aurora. Now threatening onto the high ground, quick fingers on the BKB from 23 and the buyback from the Mars. Looks like Cuckoo, he's got a bit too deep. Still has the BKB though, and he should be able to walk this one off. Jabs again in a lot of trouble. It might just be a dieback for this poor little Mars, and that's what will happen. Palos finds a chrono on Amel and smacks him down to size. They've just brought it to a game number 3. It feels like no buyback on your TA and Mars, and 23 will drop to the deck. The last person standing is Ollie. How fitting as Palos cleans it up with a rampage. GGG's is called. That's the little bit of money that'll be